What's up guys, I'm MatPat from Timu and today we will be discussing about this guy. Or it's actually this guy. Or maybe it's not and it's actually this guy. Usually I'm not the type of guy that discusses. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, test play versions of Hello Neighbor 3 came out, and in there's this, like, I don't know, he's supposed to be the bad guy or something. He lives in the woods and he just catches you and gives you a game over screen whenever you go into a dark area. And I rarely see those discussions, but there are some discussions whether he's supposed to be the guest or some sort of a brand new bad guy character. When we take a look at his design, you can see that he's obviously not finished. His entire body is just cubes and his head is a cone. However, some people think that it's supposed to be this like coned character guy from the concert art, and others think that he's the guest. And I don't know, I have a conflicting opinion. Of course, it's easy to assume that it's supposed to be the coned guy because he has a cone on his head and he's tall. However, let's not assume things simply because of design, and let's talk about the characters themselves. So who's the forest dweller? Well, from all we know, he's just a guy that lives in the woods. He kidnaps you whenever you go into a dark area, for example, the woods. He lives in this like abandoned basement thing right next to an amusement park. I don't know how nobody had even found him. And he tends to kidnap people who get lost in the woods. Meanwhile, the guests, while we know more about him, he's a little bit difficult to explain because he's different in every single adaptation he's in. For example, in one game he will be just an annoying bird guy that messes around with the security guard. In other, he just lives in the neighbor's abandoned house and you have to find whatever he's hiding in the base in the attic, my bad. And in the Hello Neighbor show, he's just a cult of multiple people, so you know, this kind of kills off the mystery because, you know, he could be a teacher or a construction worker. But anyway, but Boris, if the forest dweller is actually the guest, then why don't they just reuse the old model from the previous games? The answer is very simple. Nikita went on an art style rampage, dumping everything from the old games and just starting from scratch. And just like the guest, the forest dweller tends to kidnap people. However, unlike the guest, they don't like mysteriously disappear out of the story. You can actually go to his basement, which is in the woods as I already said, and actually find the NPCs that have been kidnapped, which is interesting. But still, you know, it's kidnapping, they have similar colors on the clothing, so, you know, maybe they're the exact same character. Psych, I pulled an Uno reverse card on myself, and I say that I'm wrong. Why? In Hello Neighbor 3, your whole mission is to just escape from the town. Why? Because for some unknown reason you've been kicked out of the bus, and in the most inconvenient and perfect moment there's a storm coming right up to destroy the city because, you know, Mother Nature hates us. And you know, that's basically the entire point of the game, like find ways to escape, maybe help the other guys escape. But then something got my attention. The forest dweller kidnaps people when the storm is about to approach, so you could say that he's not actually kidnapping them, but just bringing them somewhere safe from the storm. Also, there have been some small changes in Prototype 2, like for example, there's no longer just text danger or illuminated area. Now you actually have icons like whenever you're in dark or in light, and also the icon for the forest dweller himself, like it's a triangle with an eye, which, you know, senses that it's danger and that it's a guy with a gun on his head. And the interesting thing is the icon when you're safe, it has a smiley face. And the other character, the only other character with a sign in a smiley face on it in the game is the Saint Vandal. And from the concept art images you can see them placed in an area, like just chilling. And we could assume that they're probably just family members. Who knows, maybe the forest dweller is actually a father of the Saint Vandal, and that explains why he actually kidnaps him, because he doesn't really kidnap him. He gets kidnapped only when the storm starts. Although the same can't be said for Jacob. I still don't know why this guy's been kidnapped.
Да, не се занимавам, не.
Of course, I'm not entirely sure whether my theory, sorry, English is not my foreign language. I'm not really sure whether it's true or false, but you know, write down in the comments what do you believe.